Bureaucracy always grows over time, both in business and in government. As businesses develop more, they create more jobs, they create more layers of bureaucracy. Government's the same way. The longer a government functions, the more bureaucratic it becomes. Bad businesses will get sclerotic and they'll get fat over time. Good businesses, from time to time, have layoffs, they cut the fat, and they keep only the necessary personnel. You saw this recently with Elon Musk in Twitter. He fired thousands of people at the company who seemingly did very little. And he only kept the essential. He brought the company down to its bare bones and restarted. Government's much more difficult to do that. Government, over time, becomes bureaucratic. Government rarely cuts the fat. And that's a challenge on all levels of government, federal, state, and local. A former New York City schools chancellor, Anthony Alvarado, recently passed away. He was fearless about cutting bureaucracy in the New York City school system. And his quote was, "There's always a question, can the octopus so enmesh you that it will always be an arm around you, tugging you from the direction you want to go? The octopus is the system, the bureaucracy. I'll walk around with a pair of shears in my back pocket, and when I see a tentacle, I'll take it out." That's somebody whose mission is to make sure that only the correct personnel is working for the organization. There's three causes of buildup in organizations that is unnecessary. The first is mission creep. An organization, by definition, will want more resources, more personnel, more money, and so as a result, they'll do more than they're supposed to be doing. And you'll see this on the local level where a sanitation department will take on more scope than they're actually supposed to be doing. Government will gradually expand its responsibilities and functions beyond its original purpose. Organizations, companies do this all the time. They'll start creating divisions within their companies that have nothing to do with their central purpose. The second is political influence. Elected officials often have their own priorities. They want their own special projects within an organization, and politicians will promise on that. They'll deliver on it, and as a result, an organization will just get bigger and bigger. And you see this with laws, particularly, where laws layer on top of one another, and then all of a sudden, a simple law becomes way too complex. And the third reason is complexity and regulation. As societies become more complex, so do the regulations and services that are required in order to manage them. And so then all of a sudden you have an organization where half of the organization does the actual purpose of the organization, half just manages the internal bureaucracy, the octopus, as the school's chancellor had put it. And so they're spending half their time just trying to figure out how to actually rule themselves, rule their own organization before actually doing their primary function. Good companies cut the fat. Good governments also would do that. It's much more challenging because usually it becomes definitely more political when you're dealing with government compared to a business.